Hey everyone, how you doing? Russell Moore coming to you live from California, yay! And good to see everyone. Probably wondering what's this big thing about Meta having a stock split, possibly. With all the stock splits, Nvidia had one. Chipotle is thinking of having. It's not thinking they are going to have one. I believe it's active June 26, I believe. Could be July. I have to look that up. Chipotle 50-1. Nvidia on the 6th / June 7th is having a 10-1 stock split. And look at my other videos. If you want to know, I explain stock splits. It's pretty simple. The value of the stock, you don't increase in value, you just increase in shares. Pretty much that's in a nutshell. They're divided up based on the ratio. So if it's 10-1, now they'll break it up, whatever the stock price is, they'll break that up into 10. Okay, whatever that might be. So if the stock is $1,000, if it's $1,000 and it's a 10-1 share, a 10-1 ratio, 10-1 stock split, then that's $100. Because 110 times, right, is 1,000. And so, but the price will still remain the same. So you don't gain price, you don't gain value, you only gain shares. And really, the reason why companies will do this, and let's talk about if Meta decides to do this. One of the reasons why they'll do this is if the price of the stock has gotten, kind of high, and it's priced out, it's a barrier and a hindrance for the retail investor to enter in and purchase that stock because it's so high. It's been trending, it's been going up, it's been growing, that stock has been going up, and it's so high, it's pricing a lot of retail investors out. When that happens, many companies will at that point say, you know what, let's do a stock split, and this will allow some of the more retail investors to invest in our company. All right? So it enables the retail investors. Another thing that I don't think a lot of people think about as well, and I got to show you my T-shirt. This is Muhammad Ali, and he's standing over. It's either George Foreman or I think it's Joe Frazier. But I love this T-shirt. Every time I wear it, people are like, "Oh no, that's he's standing over the champion, the greatest of all time." So anyway, back to Meta. So yeah, in 2016, before I go back to what I was about to say, in 2016, Mark Zuckerberg was, it was Facebook at the time, he was going to do a stock split. And, the Facebook stock split in 2016, this involved creating a new class of shares without voting rights for the general public. And he wanted to do that because he wanted to maintain control of the company, while selling his shares to finance some charitable initiatives, whatever those charitable initiatives were. But he decided in 2017 that he wasn't going to do that, that they were more profitable than he thought they would be. And he ended up not needing that to sell any shares at all, and he had more than enough money to fund those charitable initiatives. Word has it, though, if you read it, that the board was suing as well. I think that would encourage you not to go forward with a stock split. So yeah, we mentioned one is that for the retailers, it enables retailers to get in. Say they take right now the stock price for Meta is at the close of the market today, $467.05. So a lot of retailers, that might be a little bit expensive. Even though the valuation of that stock, to me, it's still a cheap stock. It's still a cheap stock at $467. I think it's got the 5-year plan or the 5-year prediction guidance for Meta is say we'll go out to 2029. In 2029, they're expecting it to be that stock to be at $1,700 a share. Now this is without a stock. This is without a split. Okay, I'm talking about without a split. Just no split at all. 1,700. Wow. Okay. So that's the guidance for the next 5 years. The revenue for this company has been on point. 12 months, in the last 12 months, the last year, 12-month revenue, 142 billion. That's a 21% increase. Q1, March, ended at March 31st. They made 36 billion for the quarter. That's a 27% increase year over year based on what they did in 2023, the first quarter. I mean, they're doing it. The current price is 467. Like I said, the value, get this, year over year, in a year, the value of the company, Meta Platforms, has increased to 78%. That's man. The analysts, and what I mean by analysts, there's a lot of analysts out there that they analyze the market, and they'll rate the market. And the reason why I'm saying this is for newbies. These are people that are new to investing. Those of you that have been investing for years, you already know this stuff. But this is for the new investor. They're analysts, Wall Street analysts that rate the market. They rate companies. They rate the stocks. Here's the rating, the latest rating for Meta. 37 analysts. 37 say buy, as Jim Cramer says. 3 are saying hold. Only 2 are saying sell. That sounds kind of bullish to me. The sentiment, though, is neutral on whether it's bullish or bearish. 50% are bullish towards this stock, 50% are bearish. So it's got a neutral rating as well. I would anticipate that more bulls than bears concerning Meta. All right, it's growing. It's growing, and its brands. There's one thing though, is that one of their divisions is losing money, where the metaverse and all of the R&D stuff that they're doing right now. They had a loss of about 16 billion. So just think if they didn't have that loss. Just think if they did not have that loss, that money would be back into the company. Just think what their revenue would be. Just think what their bottom line would be. Their margins. Their profit margin. Man, just think where it would be. That's 16 billion loss that they got in R&D. So anyway, I want to just share a little bit what I think Meta's going to do concerning. I think they're going to have a stock split. I would not be surprised if they have a stock split this year. And one of the things you got to keep in mind too, another reason, another reason that a company will do a stock split, if they're trying to be inducted into the one of the weighted income indexes, one of the weighted ones that is weighted, where they look at your financials, because here's what happens. Let's take the Dow Jones Industrial Average. There's 30 companies in the Dow. If Meta wants to be a part of the Dow, their stock price has to be at a certain level, because if it's too much, because what they do is, and the Dow is determined by Wall Street editors. They're the ones that choose all the companies that go into the Dow. So when they look at it, there's a percentage, there's an average They take all 30 companies and they say they need, on an average, this is where they need to be from a share price perspective. If the price is too high, they won't allow them to come in. If it's going to affect the average for the 30 companies, they won't let that company be included into the Dow. So one of the reasons why a company like Meta would want to do its stock split is if they're trying to get into the Dow Jones. And so, and I need to make sure they're not in there. I haven't looked at the Dow, the companies in the Dow in a minute. But no, I don't think they're in the Dow Jones yet. But if they want to get into the Dow, they've got to meet that financial that share price requirement to make sure they're within that, within that range, within that average. And if they cause the average to exceed what they want, they won't be allowed to be in. So what a company will do is say, let's do a stock split. Now we know that our share price is low enough. We won't affect the Dow, the average, and we can get in. We can be included in. Okay. So, yeah, this is a good time for them. This is a good time. But you know what? I'm not the CEO. I'm not the CFO. I believe it's Susan Lee or Susan Lai. I'm sorry. My bad. L-I. I believe she's the CFO and the new CFO. Latest and greatest. But anyway, yeah, let's see what will happen. And let me see, put something in the comments. What do you think if they have a stock split? Will it be 10-1? You know what my guess would be? 5-1. 5-1. If it's a 5-1 stock split where the price is right now, it'll be around $95 a share. That's a good price. That should be able, and that's somewhere around Nvidia. Nvidia is going to be around 100, 110, 115 when they do it on June 6th, 7th. And I say 7th because it's on the close of the market. That your shares will change. For those that have shares already in Nvidia, your shares will be changed on the 7th. But yeah, I say if Meta actually does a stock split, which would be great for those that are trying to get in, that you waited too late to get it. That stock is just, it went bonkers. It went bonkers. In 2022, remember they had 1% down. They actually did not do well at all in 2022. But in 2023, that's when Mark Zuckerberg said this is the year of efficiency. And that's when they really got their act together. And so they've been in full bloom momentum now. And so we'll see. Put it in the comments and say, I think they're going to do, if they do a stock split, 10-1. I think right now at the price where they're at, if they're close to $1,000 at the end of the year, which I don't think they're going to get there, they're not going to be there. The estimates guidance is at the end of the year is $600 and about $11, and then next year $800. Okay, about $800 a share. So we will see. I'm saying 5-1. Mark Zuckerberg, do you hear me? Do that stock split, man. Do it. This is time to pull the trigger. Allow some of the retailers to get in on this thing. Your revenue is growing. Your profit margin is growing. Debt is coming down. Cash flow, you got amazing cash flow. The balance sheet and the income statement for this company is great. And what do I always say? If a company is doing great financially, if they have the fundamentals, for those that are fundamental technicians, if the fundamentals are great, we got a solid CEO, CFO. We got a good leadership team. They seem to be going in the right track. So if they're doing, everything seems to be in place for this company to continue to grow in revenue. Okay. Now their guidance is a little bit for the second quarter is a little lower than what they're expecting. They're going to be a little bit lower than what they would have liked. But come on, all right, think about it. Okay, it'll be 34 billion versus 36, 35.5. Come on, they're still making incredible money. They're still profiting. They're still doing it. So I believe a stock split is coming. So get ready, everybody. Get ready for the stock split. Mark Zuckerberg is listening to me right now, and he's going to do a stock split. 5 to 1. Talk to you later. All right, have a great day, you guys.